And today we're reacting to Myrons' girlfriend exposes the worst receipts. Unfortunately, this is my second time recording this, but I only got 3 minutes into the vid, so I'm gonna say the small things that I said. Thank y'all for walking out with me, waiting on me to get back and record, bro. It's been a long moving process, a very hectic and taxing one on the mind, but we here. I'm setting up my room. It's gonna be super fire. I'm gonna get a new lens. It's gonna show the whole room. Like, it's gonna go crazy, but just stay down with me, keep rocking out, keep showing so much love on these videos like y'all do, and we're gonna have a great time at this new spot, man. Let's do it.
Depending on who you ask, dating coaches are great. They give men a lot of confidence. They give men information, especially if it's attracting or approaching women. And there are many people on here that do it and do it very well. A lot of dating coaches have amassed a lot of attention and a lot of money for themselves. Some other people feel very different about dating coaches.
Dating coaches have a vested interest in you staying single. First of all, dating coaches are not real. There's no like school you go to or certification that you get. Everyone's experience is completely different. They're not on the date to like see someone's reaction, read their body language, things that you can do. Now, if you want to find a matchmaker, someone just to set you up with someone that's compatible, that's different. Still kind of weird, not for me, but dating coaches are not real, guys. They're a scam.
In this instance, the presenter is...
Although I feel like there are truths to what he's saying, I also feel like, and I said this in my prior recording, that dating coaches help the person that is super self-conscious as well as, you know, has some insecurities that they are not, you know, they don't really know how to navigate certain situations, stressful situations. I feel like the base knowledge that they give to people who live like that is, you know, I feel like that helps those types of people a lot.
saying that dating coaches can't actually help you to a certain level because they're not there on the date with you. They can't actually coach your mistakes. But other people believe that dating coaches are simply just duplicitous. They tell their audience one thing.
Now I want to say, this isn't me saying I feel like people should be using dating coaches. I would never. As well as if a dating coach would bring certain ideas to me because of my skin in the game, as well as the things that, you know, my life and the things that the way I've lived and experienced already, I would have been like, hell no, that don't even make sense. I'm not living like that, whatever, this was that and the third. But like I said, to the base level person who struggled with talking to women and being on dates and stuff, that individual that lives out there, I feel like it's good for that person. If you're not that person, I feel like you can get on with, you know, just being much more vocal and you know, knocking away that fear of walking up to women. That's what I'm saying.
While doing something completely different. And we've already seen this with quote unquote dating coaches or red pill gurus such as Donovan Sharp. Donovan Sharp was making a lot of money selling courses telling people to not deal with single mothers, while at the same time he was clapping cheeks and married to a single mom. Damn. And the most famous guys to be on the clock doing this is Fresh and Fit, especially Myron. Now, when it comes to Fresh CEO, he said that he slept with over 1,000 women. While Myron does something very similar. He teaches you how to become a high value man and how to deal with women no matter how inconsiderate the situations may be.
This is another thing, right? He said he teaches you how to be a high value man and deal with women that. These people that people be listening to, you know, word for word, bar for bar, want to live their life. You have to see this person and say, I rock with how he living. I'm gonna do the things that he does so my life can look somewhat similar to this. I would never look at this nigga and say, damn, no, I want to live like I want to like be like Myron. And so the fact that people are out here really thriving for that is crazy.
And here's an example of that.
When you make yourself available as a woman, that is cheating.
Yeah.
That is cheating, whether women want to accept it or not. You're not the ones going to approach the opposite gender. You make yourself available, then the opposite gender approaches you. When women get pretty for a reason, you get pretty, men approach you, that in itself is cheating because you're going out for the purpose of getting attention. Some girls sit there and say, oh no, I do it for myself. Okay, then dress up, wear makeup, and sit at home.
So like I said, I'm starting to get to the point where I haven't seen anymore, but I did see this, and I basically just said, like, the amount of insecurity that you have to have, like, and it's crazy, as well as certain people like this be trying to take women out of their femininity. It's like telling a woman to not get good, not get pretty, like, you know what I'm saying, go out into the world, be complimented, see, you know what I'm saying, experience these womanly things. It's crazy. Like, this nigga wants a fucking slave in his dungeon. And it's like, also, what I was gonna say before I realized my shit wasn't recording was that if you feel like you can stop, like people gotta understand, you can't stop somebody stepping out on you. You can't. They're just gonna do it. They're gonna somehow finagle away, and this is that and the third. And why would I, if you're trying to do that, why would I be trying to stop you? You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, why would I try to stop you? I do it so that way I can get my heart broke, be hurt, and move on with my life. Why would I want to be with somebody that wants to do? No, I'm not gonna try to stop you. Go if you feel like that's what you want to do it, because when I find out, it's over with. I don't get that. Let me stop. I feel like, no, well, let's go get your girl before she goes out there and no, let her. If that's how she coming, if that's what she gonna do that shit. Let's get this shit over with now.
This advice is interesting. He's telling people on the podcast that making yourself pretty as a woman, this means that you will cheat, and you shouldn't even worry about looking good. I mean, you're only looking good for another guy to come and talk to you. You should stay at home and put your makeup on there. Now, the issue with this is twofold. First of all, in my honest opinion, it shows a high level of insecurity. If a woman just wants to stay home and put on her makeup there, I mean, it's easy for her to make up a TikTok account and make up a Snapchat. I mean, she's gonna want to show the world that she looks good, because that's kind of what people who are attractive want to do. They like showing the world how they look. And the second issue with that is exactly how you found her. Again, most of you guys understand this. You will go and see a chick that's dressed and provocative. I've known guys who go to the strip clubs and find chicks, and they fall in love with them as they are. And then once you get with them, you want to try to change the person.
Yeah, I never got that. I never understood that. Nigga get with a stripper dancing naked, and then she begging him to wife her. You know what I'm saying? And he just he get with her and then be thrown off when wild stripper shit start happening.
But that's how you found them. Like, if you didn't want the lady to look good or to show her body, well, then why were you attracted to her? Why couldn't you get a female that was homely looking and didn't wear makeup and all of that? Well, the reason why you didn't want that, because it wasn't attractive. So what you're asking women to do who are attractive is say, hey, you got me now, so now become unattractive. It's kind of like finding a guy who works out every day, and a woman says, hey, you know, you need to stop working out every day and showing clothes that show your muscles. How would you feel as a man, right?
He's right.
What?
Now, let's talk about another issue that a lot of guys would have. Like, for example, I know a lot of dudes who don't like women who wear weaves or women who wear wigs. I don't necessarily like it either, but that's not a reason why I wouldn't get with somebody. Like, if I found a woman wearing weaves or wigs, and if I get with her, I wouldn't try to make her stop it because it was okay for me to want to talk to her and get her phone number, right? But here's the issue. Myron is going to say something else that is pretty much insane.
When a woman really respects and admires a man, etc., everybody else is virtually invisible to her. She doesn't need to be in the club. She doesn't need to be consuming alcohol. Yeah. There's no reason for a woman to be at a club or a bar or any type of situation where there's the opposite gender there looking to when she has a man at home.
So in this clip, he says, if a woman respects a man, she doesn't need to be out at the club or at the bar, wherever the opposite gender is at. Like, if she's in a relationship, she shouldn't be at the bar trying to solicit somebody. Part of that, I agree. Like, you shouldn't be at the bar, but he did mention something interesting. The opposite gender is there, okay? So she shouldn't be there. Here's the problem with this. Myron's girlfriend, Angie, is always at the club and the bar with people of the opposite gender, all right? Now, this is a hypocrisy as a dating coach. You're telling your audience not to do this, but the girlfriend, Angie, who's a Venezuelan immigrant, is doing the exact same thing. Now, let me just say this. If you want to keep your woman or your wife or your girlfriend from going places because the opposite gender is there, then okay, don't go to work. Don't go to the grocery store.
Don't go get gas. Don't stay in the house. Don't even step out on the street. Don't walk outside of the complex or the neighborhood, or just at all. Fuck.
Don't go to the mall. Don't go outside. Like, everywhere you go, there's going to be the opposite gender. If a man is going to talk to your woman, then he's going to talk to her.
He's going to, unless you're there. Literally, guys. I was moving the other day. We had my U-Haul outside my crib. My girl and my son were getting in the car. I put my son in the car. My girl was walking up, and a nigga from across the street said, I saw him. He was smoking something. I think a joint or something. He was walking across, and he was like, yo, hey. And I was like, I looked up, and I already saw what was going on. I was like, she good. And he looked, I was like, she good. And he was like, he just shook his head and got in his whip, right? Soon as you, especially the male species, if your woman walks outside and she looks good, your girl is somebody's 10. She's probably your 10. If she's your 10 too, she's probably somebody's 10. She's a lot of niggas' 10s. You walk out there, somebody's gonna get on your woman. That's life. It's up to her to decide not to do that. But it's gonna happen. Okay? If that nigga, as long as that nigga don't see you, some niggas might see you and be bold enough to step to your shit. But that's life, man.
I have to tell the guy no. Okay? That's just pretty much it. But wait, it gets worse.
That's you there. That's the only time you can intervene.
Something very interesting again.
So you're saying you can never go out and have a guy's night, and she can never go out and have a girl's night?
No, I can do whatever I want. She stays inside.
He says here, she can never go out, my girlfriend, and have a girl's night out. Although I can go and have a guy's night out. Okay? But what do we see her doing? In the B-roll, let's just look. That is her having a girl's night out, okay? Or whatever she's doing. And then if you look at a certain point, she's actually by a guy in the video. There's a guy in the background.
That nigga gay.
He's probably clapping the cheeks. Now, he just said earlier that, hey, she shouldn't go out because men are there. And obviously, clearly, she's doing just that, which is a contradiction to what he's talking about. Now, again, like, I don't have a problem how people want to run their relationships, but if you're online selling courses or trying to get guys to donate to your stuff, and you're telling a man what they should do, but your girlfriend is doing the direct opposite, like, you're not serious, okay? Let's go to the fourth point.
I tell you, don't go to the club. You want to go to the club anyway and be a I tell you not to hang out with your friends. You hang out with them anyway?
Again, he says, I tell you not to go to the club with your 3 or 4 friends, but you're doing it anyway. I think he's talking about something in third person, like trying to teach something to a guy, right? But what do we find his girlfriend doing? Well, the B-roll shows something different. That's her with all of her friends. Again, another hypocritical point from our guy Myron, telling you to do something that he's not willing to do. And this is the big issue, I think, with dating coaches. It's not that some of the advice is not good, because I think you can learn something from anybody. I mean, there's a lot of guys out here who have good game, and some guys have charm, or some guys teach you how to get your girlfriend back and no contact and all of that, and how to, you know, have attraction.
But people have good things to say. The homeless man on the street can tell you something good. You know what I'm saying? Then the homeless nigga on the street can tell you, hey man, don't do them. Turn around, turn the quarter, and hit a pipe. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can tell you some good shit. But these niggas might not be living like that, though. You gotta be realized, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take what they say with a grain of salt, and you gotta just and live your life, your experience, and how you living. You feel me? Apply some shit. It may work, it might not work. You go back to the drawing board and do it over. Oh, I'm muted.
With those things, and hey, some of that stuff I learned from, even in my 40s. But the reality is that if you're presenting yourself as a guy on social media that has all the answers, and you're not doing it, oh my God, then I'm gonna have a problem. But wait, it gets worse.
That's why I tell you guys that you need to watch what she does. No girls' nights, no clubs, none of that.
He says here, watch what she does. No clubs, no girls' nights, no nothing. But what do we see? Obviously, the same thing. These are another contradictions that we've been seeing throughout the video. But this one is the worst.
She has a high body count. That's why she's mad.
Exactly. That's why she's mad.
Like, bro, here's the thing.
So these niggas taking to the streets now, huh?
Whenever girls, okay, don't want to tell you what it is, that means it's high. Okay, typically when people hide things, it means there's shame there. Where does that shame come from? It comes from the reality that it is not attractive to have a high body count. And women know this.
He's on the streets doing interviews, and he's telling people, hey, listen, you know, the reason why she doesn't want to talk about her body count is because women are embarrassed, because if it was true, they didn't want to tell you because they've been getting thotted up. Now, there is a situation where he's hanging out with Adrian Broner on the podcast, and the subject of body count comes in. Now, Angie, who's a Venezuelan migrant, was on the podcast before her and Myrons started dating, something like that, right? And then the question of body count comes up, and then what do we see?
No, he said body count.
I'm single.
So damn, she was on this hoe as a.
He said body count.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that.
Alright, man. So what's up, man? Come on, bro. So what's the deal, bro?
She clearly says, no, I'm not going to answer that.
Damn.
So again, you're telling guys that, hey, beware, if a woman doesn't want to answer the body count, she's a 304. And
you living like that.
And she doesn't want to say it. Let me just say this, right? First of all, almost every woman is going to be protective of her body count. I never had that question. I never asked that question. And
I never
really,
asked
I don't
that
care.
question.
Want to know why I don't care? I'm never going to get the real number anyway. Okay? You're just not going to get it. You can ask it. She can say 1. You can ask. She can say 10. Okay? Most dudes are always going to believe that whatever the number is, it's times like 3 or 4. So it's really like 40. And so many ladies have probably messed with so many dudes that they've lost count. When it comes to women, I don't even remember. I'm a graduate of Clapathon Tech University. We clap, right? I can't name all of them. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I did clap her cheeks. That was good too. Let me call her back. Just kidding. I'm a born again Christian. It doesn't matter, okay? Like honestly, what matters is she with you now, you with her now. Does she like you? Does she nice? Can you deal with her the good and the bad, her inconsistencies? Can you deal with it? If it's to the point where you can deal with it, then okay, go from there. All right. But obviously, I don't think that she's a 304 because she doesn't want to talk about her body count. It's just none of your business, right? I mean, that's just kind of what it is. But you're telling somebody not to do that, and she won't tell her body count, and you're still with her in a relationship. So what does this all mean?
Nigga, your ass
There's
capped out.
speculation from certain YouTubers that this relationship is not real. I want to give a shout out to Just Tree 411. And the reason why is because she's the first person that said that she believes that Myron is living a DL life, okay? He must be bi. Now, I'm not saying that this is true, but you can look at some of the pictures in the past of him in the bed with men. I don't have any proof, but let me just say this. She's saying that the relationship is not real. And if this relationship was real, this lady is the complete opposite of everything he wants, which means that this relationship, either he's completely hypocritical, or this guy is paying her to be in a relationship, and really, he might be either it's fake or his sexuality is something that is unknown. It's the only way you can explain it, because what?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's true. Because it's at this point, it's like, so, and I hope it's just for his sake. It's just, all right, I'm a hypocrite, bro. I don't live like that. I'm just selling a fucking dream, and I don't live like this for real, bro. I hope that's just what it is. That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment up, bitch, your channel. I love you. I appreciate John Griffey, man. We gone. Let do it.